My name is John Mead. My friends call me Mead or Mr. Mead, depending on where we cross paths. And I'm going to tell you a story about a young man that changed my life forever. But let's go back to my bartending days. University of Maryland, College Park. Do I have any Terps in the audience? Let's go, Terps! So I'm bartending next to this 34-year-old. And I'm wondering, this man's got a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, but here he is at 34-year-old, still bartending. And I said, I don't want to be like that guy. I went home that night, and there I am. Every application I could send out, I'm sending them out. And one popped up on my screen, says, probation counselor. I said, that sounds cool. I'm going to try that out. They invite me out for a tour. And I start walking around this place, and I see a bunch of kids in the same color shirts and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 door, and it looks the same. It's like pod. It's like these units. And I finished my tour, and I'm like, I got a question. Is this a jail? They're like, yeah, this is the juvenile detention center. You applied for this job. Okay. Then she looks at me and she's like, well, you're hired if you want the job. I was like, no interview? I'm hired? Well, I don't want to be like him. I'll take it. I walk in my first day and I am shook. I am scared for my life. I have no experience. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I am around some pretty rough children. You know, they're detained in our jurisdiction. But after some time, I kind of got my feet wet. I kind of figured out my way, and I became what they call a case manager. And when I was a case manager, I was assigned this young man, and I'm reading his social history. Born to an addicted crack mother, does not know who his father is, removed from the mother's custody, placed into foster care, and he was a missing child. If anybody goes back to the day, they had those little cartons of milk, and his face was on one. And I'm reading his social history, and then he walks up to me, and it is not what I expected. He was charismatic. He was funny. He was athletic, and he was extremely intelligent. So I'm like, all right, I got to build a relationship. I'll do it my favorite way. You want to do some push-ups, bro? He's like, hell yeah, let's do some push-ups. So there we go. Push-ups, pull-ups, squats. Push-up, pull-up, squats. One day, me and him did 1,000 push-ups together. It was pretty cool. Yes, in one day. It took us 3 hours, so. But I said, hey, man, you want to read some books? He's like, yeah. So I assign him Success for Teens. He reads it. He loves it. He's like, give me another one, Mr. Mead. I said, all right, 4 Agreements. Let's read this one. He reads it. He's like, I want more. I was like, well, let me give you a real one. How about How to Win Friends and Influence People? What an amazing book. He said, Mr. Mead, I think I want to get my GED. I said, well, let's do it. We get him enrolled, and we start studying together every night, 20 minutes. He takes his test, and he kills it. He gets his GED. We got 3 months left of his stay, and I was like, well, you want to go to college, dude? He's like, Mr. Mead, no one in my family's even graduated high school. I said, well, you're the first, and you can be the first to go to college. He says, let me think about it. That's all right. He comes back to me, says, let's do it. I said, let's go. We get him enrolled. We take him out to the campus in our fancy cop car, and he's combing his hair for 45 minutes straight. Mr. Mead, do I look good? Mr. Mead, do I look good? By the way, he's been detained for 9 months, and he has not seen a female. So we get out to the Nova campus, and he's a loving life. We're walking around, and he's having some fun. And we get his little ID, and he's taking picture, paparazzi style. The kid is just lit. He's so happy. He takes his placement test, A1, gets into all the regular classes. We go to apply for FAFSA. He gets the full money. It's about $7,500 a year. He's lower income. So he's good to go. comes to the end of his stay, and I'm sending his farewells, and we had this rule. We were no longer allowed to talk to the children once they left. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I said, fuck that. I said, bro, here's my email, man. Okay, shh, don't tell no one. So I get his email. We exchange emails. And at first, I'm talking to him, sending messages to him, excited. Yeah, you ready for school? La, la, la. He's like, yeah. And then it goes cold. It goes dry. I reach out, no response. Reach out, no response. A year goes by, and I'm like, damn it. I lost another one. And then 2 years in, I get a video sent to me, and he's on YouTube blowing trees and throwing up signs, and I'm like, damn it. And it hit me in the chest. It's a tough moment when you try to do these things. But then this random day, they call it 8/8/24. And I'm not spiritual like that, but my friends say it's called the Lion's Portal. It's a very powerful day in astrology. Apparently in the woozy, the wazies, the clouds and the sun and the stars align. Well, they sure did. I got a text message from my friend. He said, Mead, you won't believe who I saw. He asked for your number. I said, okay, I'm excited. I get a FaceTime call. And there he is. And he says, Mr. Mead, I love you. And I said, I love you too. I love you, son. And he says, will you come to my daughter's 6th birthday party? I said, 100%. And I walk up to Dave and Buster's, and there he is, holding her hand, playing the games, being the father that he never had. Just this week, he turned 26. Real talk, I'm not making this up. I get a text message. He said, Mr. Mead, I think I want to go to college. See, we never know the moment that these things are going to happen. A lot of us, we plant seeds, we try. It's like the bamboo tree, you know. You plant these seeds, you water it, nothing happens. But then eventually that bamboo tree shoots up. So for all of you out there, the parents, the loved ones, the inspirers, stay consistent. You'll never know when you can change a life. Hey, one of my mottos, let's change lives, fams. Thank you.
Today and watch the world slowly find its way.